Hello, what's up, Mohammed Al Hassan?
I'm good, Osama. How are you?
I'm good, bro. Honestly, just woke up at 8 o'clock in the morning and then I legit did some gardening. Not gonna lie.
By the way, I hope my I hope I sound clear with the audio. I know last episode was a huge issue with the audio. I apologize to everyone. Definitely for sure it should be good now.
Well, yeah, I can hear you clearly. Honestly, I didn't. It didn't sound wrong until just going like listening to it again. Like, oh man, but it's all Gucci.
Yeah, it always happens. It's a weird issue, but
Did you see like just talking about the topic? Like, I mean, about our podcast from like on Friday. Dropped on Friday. Yeah, Friday. We got a lot of people like reacting to like responding to our video on YouTube and on SoundCloud. I'm not sure we saw someone like ask this question, which I responded to.
yeah, we got a lot of feedback, a lot of responses. Thank to everyone that actually listened, hit us up, and told us how they liked it. The fact that you guys listened to 40 minutes of a conversation and me sounding like on a dark version of Wally was very helpful. So
A dark
now,
version of Wally.
but I know with today's episode, I should be audible. So therefore, we'll actually have a conversation where you can actually relax, not worrying about any issues or setups.
Yes, dude. So how is like aside from like what we spoke about last time about like just what do you call it? Oh my God, I'm going out. Oh, quarantine. So what do you do if you're not doing anything? What do you do to kill your time?
The best thing to do, actually, to be honest, is go for a walk. Because one thing that people are doing right now is obviously you're thinking too much about what's going on and stuff, right? And
Yeah.
it's good to think about what's going on because obviously it's a time that we've never seen before. But meanwhile, just go for a walk. Whether it's 20 minutes, 30 minutes, just get your mind out from the gutter, right? Obviously,
Yeah,
social
definitely.
distance, make sure you're apart from people. If you don't feel comfortable going for a walk or a run or a jog, chill in your backyard. You can just be in your backyard and just you yourself and just sit back.
Yes, sir. Yeah, for a second, your audio went crazy. It's legit echoed. But I was
Right
gonna,
now?
yeah, legit. I think you're good. I think you're good. I think you're good. I just
Oh,
thought, I think
man.
you're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. I was gonna say, guys, by the way, before we start with our podcast, make sure to like follow us on Instagram,
Yes. Shout out your
YouTube.
IG.
Shout out our IG. Our IG is Ways 2.0. Make sure you follow us there. We'll be dropping snippets of our clips. If you guys don't have access to YouTube, Spotify, SoundCloud, Google Podcasts, and Anchor.
Yeah, Anchor, Radio Public, Breaker, SoundCloud. You said SoundCloud, right?
Yep, SoundCloud. Honestly, you guys better follow us right now, bro, because we're gonna be dropping
Hopefully, yeah, we want to get on Apple
podcast.
Music, podcast, whatever it's called. But they have a weird like system, but we'll
Bro,
get
they
on
have a
soon.
weird system. Exact. And honestly, guys, don't remember. Me and Mo will be dropping a podcast Monday and Friday, so
Yep,
be
yep,
sure to
yep.
listen.
New episode every Monday and Friday. Can you believe
Yes,
that?
sir.
Consistency.
The irony, bro. It
Yeah.
went from never posting to like post. I called Muhammad Abbasi text. This is like, guys,
The
for people who are
goat.
listening, he's one of our friends. I was texting him yesterday. He's like, I saw your podcast and I'll let you know what I think about it tomorrow. And this was like yesterday. I'm like, bro, let me know now. He's like, nah, I'm gonna make you feel a suspense. Like you make me feel a suspense. Like, bro, what the hell?
I
This is
think
review.
I think if what he's saying had like a fan club or like an ambassador, I'm pretty sure
He'd
Boss
be
would be the president.
I was just gonna
Easy.
say he'd be the president 100%. He'd be like the guy
Easy.
like writing critics and reviews.
Yeah.
Speaking about critics and I can't say it.
They said crickets.
I swear to God, I thought I said crickets, but critics and reviews.
Yeah.
The Last Dance, Michael
Ooh.
Jordan's documentary.
Ooh. MJ.
MJ the goat.
MJ.
Let's.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say, if you're a basketball fan or not, you have to know who MJ is.
Of course. If you don't know who Michael Jordan is, go back to cleaning. Just do that, man. Just clean somewhere, whether it's a kitchen, washroom. Just go back to cleaning, bro.
Yo, you're gonna have a lot of women coming after you, bro.
It's not a sexist comment. It's both genders applied, but obviously, like, perspective is a huge thing, right? So based on your paradigm, you might think it's only towards women, but just go back to cleaning, bro.
Anyways,
And the thing is, it doesn't have to be like cleaning a kitchen. It could be mentally, right? Just cleaning out your thoughts. Because if you don't know who Michael Jordan is, then hey, buddy, that's on you, bro.
that's funny. That
Like
is funny.
there's certain people in life, they are known around the whole world, like globe to globe. Like they know every corner around the world. Like people know them. Michael Jordan's one of those people.
You know what's so interesting about Michael Jordan? His whole documentary, like, just you obviously knew him as one of the actually not one of the greatest basketball player ever. Like he has moments where
Yeah.
I think was it 1991 where he goes for the layup and he goes from the right hand switches to the left hand. Like that was one against the Lakers,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
That
First
was one
championship.
iconic
Yep.
moment. Another iconic moment. I remember I was watching Magic Johnson. He was talking about the Dream Team was having a practice
Oh yeah.
and how he took off. And who? Do you remember who was covering him?
Who's coming? Michael?
Yeah, I think it was something Robinson.
No, I think it was Charles. Well, no, it was Magic Johnson and Charles Barkley, his
Yep.
team, their team versus Michael and who else? I forgot. I think Karl Malone was on Michael's team.
Yeah.
And yeah.
But dude, I'm telling you, like this is it definitely like I never knew like no one knew who Michael was as a person. Like because I think he's just such a low key figure
Mysterious.
that you don't know nothing about him.
Yeah.
And for him to go make a 10-episode documentary, first of all, I'm not sure if you knew this. I was researching it yesterday. Did you know that it said? Hold on, I gotta find it. It had 5.648 million viewers across all 10 episodes.
Are you talking about per episode? Not
No,
in
just
total.
the average.
Oh
Average.
yeah.
That's an average across all 10 episodes. I got this from Yahoo Sports. That's insane, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
it's insane. It's insane.
holy.
Michael, yeah.
Yeah, but what was your favorite part about the documentary? Like, what is something you didn't know about the documentary that you
I
found?
loved every single second. For me, it's like what's beautiful, Osama. Like we're talking about The Last Dance. People will watch The Last Dance just to watch it, right? People watch it like, oh, that was Michael Jordan. Boom. Some people watch it just to see like behind the curtain, right? Who he was.
Yeah.
People like myself and you will watch it and be like, what did he do to become Michael Jordan?
Yeah.
And what can we take from it to become Osama and Mohammed, right? And
100%.
that's what I was waiting for. That's what I was waiting for. I knew about this documentary from the past, but I was excited to watch it. So when I finally watched it, oh man, it's beautiful.
You know, it's funny that you say that because obviously, like for the kids watching, cover your ears, but like a lot of his teammates were saying he was an asshole, right?
Oh yeah.
And to me, I was like, you can say he perceived that way, but he just wanted to be the best. Like I've never seen someone's mentality, and people always talk about like as Kobe versus Michael, and just seeing Michael how he wanted to win. And I said it to you last time. I honestly feel had he been healthy, he did not take those years off going to play baseball, they would have won those 2 years in a row, like those like 95, 94, 95. Had he been healthy?
It's a tough debate. People always talk about that. I don't think they would have won 8 because obviously the reason why is because it's weird because if his dad didn't die, then maybe that's different, right? And also he was tired, right? So he was tired and his dad also got killed, right? Unfortunately. But if none of those things happened, he could have won one out of the 2, right? But with those events happening at the exact same time, it was just too much for him. So obviously that's why he didn't play. So we'll never know.
We'll never know. And I remember like in the end of the documentary, just to like I guess let viewers who didn't see it, he was basically saying, had we signed one more year, like Steve Kerr, Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman, Phil Jackson, and Michael Jordan, he was like, we signed one more year, we could have won a 7th one, which I actually kind of agreed. But Jerry Krause, who I think had a little bit of a problem with Phil Jackson,
huge problem.
But they never explained it fully. Like they were really vague about it. Unless I missed something.
No, they explained it. They explained it very well. So pretty much how it works is Jerry Krause, obviously you have to give him his props. You have to give him his credit, right? He is one of the best GMs of all time. Mm-hmm. Now, within saying that, he did something that it's like unfathomable. It's like really like the reason why the Bulls dynasty, because usually every dynasty when it comes to sports, they have their reign and then it ends. Another team comes in and takes over, right? That never happened to the Bulls. They were never overtaken by another team. They just fizzled out. Because obviously Jerry had a problem with the Michael and the culture of the team is everything. But Jerry's mindset is the organization and that runs the show, right? Yeah. And that battle between Michael and Jerry, that their philosophy and their egos also at the same time played out for over a period of 8 to 10 years. And Jerry did not like Michael stance, and also Phil Jackson. And that's the
Hmm.
sad part because Phil Jackson is a genius when it comes to coaching and also his
Yeah,
style. Like he's so different. The fact that he's able to understand personalities, that's what made him such a great
bro,
coach.
he's definitely one of the greatest coaches. Like he won 11 championships, 5 with the Lakers, and then 6 with the Bulls. Bro, that's an insane resume.
Like you have to be an amazing coach to be able to have a balance between Michael, Scotty, and Rodman as your top three people. Like you have to really understand people to be able to do that.
Oh, bro, like when I was watching the documentary, obviously it goes back and forth. Like before Dennis Rodman, like when he went for, I think he got traded from the Pistons to the Bulls, right? Or did he leave himself?
No, he got traded from Pistons to San Antonio, and then
Oh, San
yeah, yeah,
Antonio.
yeah.
Then he came to the Bulls.
Yep,
One of the most intriguing, like, see, right now basketball, like, seeing what I saw, I feel basketball is a little bit softer now in terms of like what goes on. Bro,
of
these guys
course,
used to fight. It's
of
like I thought I was
course,
watching
of
hockey,
course. It was
bro.
a different era.
The Detroit Pistons were
Oh
the
man,
most, and some people are gonna get mad, like
Bad Boys.
that we know they're the dirtiest team. Holy, like they were. I'm not sure what equivalent team it is now, but they were a dirty team, bro.
Bad
Like these
Boys,
guys they were like Dennis, yeah, like Isaiah Thomas, Dennis Rodman, just to name a few,
the
who
Bad
were
Boys.
they were the bad boy Pistons, bro.
And that's the thing, like to see Michael go from era to era. Like he started out and the era was Michael and Bird, obviously, right? So you're the new guy coming
Yeah,
in. Michael eventually became the best player, but he was not on the best team. Individual
no,
accolades did not mean anything long term. He was the
of
best
course,
player as he kept going every single year. He had the most
of
points,
course,
most assists, everything, winning All Star MVPs, MVP awards, or Defensive Player of the Year. But at the end of the day, you weren't winning championships because he thought he could do everything by himself. But it wasn't until he learned that it takes a team. Until you have a team, that's where the success comes.
It's funny that you mentioned that because I remember who was man, I forgot the coach's name before Phil Jackson.
Before Phil Jackson,
Yeah, because he
Doug
came
Collins. Doug Collins.
Doug Collins, right? So Doug Collins, I think, was saying give Michael the ball, right?
Yep.
And then when Phil Jackson came, he was like Michael. They were asking Michael, was like, because Michael apparently didn't like him in the beginning because
Yeah.
the ball was getting taken away from him. He was
Yep.
like, bro,
Your points are going
he was
down.
he was getting cheese, right? He's like, now playing time is like, now you got to play as a team.
Yep.
So just seeing how like he always wanted to succeed. And I remember like you always heard about him hating failure, him hating losing.
Yep.
And I remember they filmed I guess a press conference of his. He's like, I don't mind failing, but he's like, I don't want to do it again.
Of course. Of
Right?
course.
Especially when Scottie Pippen picked the wrong time to I guess do his surgery, and that really rubbed off the team the wrong way.
Jordan's rude, man. How are you gonna say Scotty is selfish twice? Knowing Scotty had one of the worst contracts ever for a person of his
Bro,
value. So sad.
hold on. Did you let's go search that up. Scottie Pippen apparently made less than in Michael Jordan basically made more in his contract than Scottie Pippen basically made in
Scottie
his whole
Pippen
career.
at one point was the sixth, I believe, lowest paid player on the Bulls.
Which is fascinating because he was the second best player in the NBA. Like I was reading a post, I'm not sure how accurate this is. Maybe you can attest to it or not. They were saying when Michael Jordan went to baseball, he was the number one best player.
Oh, you could argue Scotty was top five for sure. With definitely top three. Like he was MVP caliber. Scottie Pippen is one of the greatest players of all time. The only reason why he was never able to show his full potential is because of Michael. But he was the perfect Robin. Everyone knows this, right? And that's what
Yeah,
makes it funny about like history because Scotty, you hear about his story with his family, where he came from and everything, and obviously like he wants to help them, right? He
yeah.
signs the contract in the 91 season. He signs, I believe it was $18 million, right? $18 million for the next 7 years. In his mind and everyone's mind, that is a smart contract. We'll sign it, just play well, and who knows, wish for the best. No one had an idea that within the next 8 to 9 months, no, sorry about that, well, from the next 8 months, within 8 months to the next 8 years, like they would go on a run like no other. No one had any idea. If you had told Scotty before he signed his contract, you're gonna win 3 championships in a row, lose 2 years, and then come back win another three, he would have never signed the contract.
I don't think he would even believe it. Like,
Exactly.
just
But that's
even
history. That's
like,
the beautiful
there's no
thing
way.
about not knowing. That's the beauty about not knowing, right?
Just talking about the chemistry between Dennis Rodman, Scottie Pippen, and Michael Jordan. Because when just talking about Scottie Pippen, when he chose to, I guess he felt some type of way because of the money and obviously how he was treated, right? Because obviously, as a man, you're not gonna let your integrity like be disrespected, and obviously he felt some type of way, and he wanted to like make a decision. I remember, and when Michael Jordan called him selfish, as you mentioned earlier, I started laughing, bro. I'm like, bro, if that was you,
Come on,
you
that's your boy. Like that is your boy, man.
that's your guy. Like that's like, bro. Without Scottie Pippen, it would have been a lot harder to win those six
He's not winning.
championships.
He's not winning without Scotty.
No, and then had Dennis Rodman not actually put up his game 100% when Scottie was gone, bro, that team would have been done.
Exactly. So the fact that your boy for the past 7 years is getting underpaid as far as his value, underpaid, and you can't even give him extra money or help him out or anything, bro. Michael, I didn't even realize until like episode 6. Michael could have put Scotty in Space Jam. He didn't put
Really?
Scotty's on Space Jam.
He's not.
No, Scotty could have
That's
used. And the
funny.
thing is, Scotty was a top 5 player during that time. Also, Scotty could have used those checks. He was like, "Nah, he's on Space Jam." Like Scotty was not in Space Jam.
That is
And Mike, and the thing, what made me Jerry and the owner, Jerry, what's his name? Jerry
Larry
Krause,
Krause.
the owner, I forgot his name, something Reinsdorf. The fact that they said that they're still paying Michael his salary for the 2 years he was playing baseball, I'm like, are you kidding me? Scotty is top 5 best player in the league right now. He's been
Yeah.
demanding for you guys to re-up the contract, so therefore you get paid what he's owed. But because you
No.
guys want to pay him, you refuse number one to pay him, and plus your other player is playing another sport, completely gone,
Bro,
and you're still paying him his salary.
legit, that's
Disrespectful.
insane. Like when I was hearing, yeah, like the owner Jerry, I think his name is Jerry Reinsdorf.
Yeah, Jerry Reinsdorf. Yeah.
When I was hearing how he was talking about they were still paying his salary, I'm like, bro, why? He's not even playing. This guy legit, because he's also the owner of the Chicago what's the baseball team?
Bears?
White Sox.
White Sox, my bad.
Yeah, he's a Chicago White Sox.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
also the owner of those both. This guy's a rich man.
Oh, of course, of course.
Let's just say that, bro.
Of course.
But I was gonna say Michael. There's actually a video I really want to talk about, and it was a snippet I saw on YouTube, and the snippet was I forget the player's name. I know like one of them was Paxton and like his
Oh,
other
John
players.
Paxson?
Yeah, it was all his other players as well. Like these white boys, bro. I legit forget their name.
John Paxson, Steve Kerr,
It's not Steve Kerr. Say the other names.
Bill Wenningham.
But that's one of them.
That's a tall guy. It's another Tony Kukoc.
I think so. So I think they were all talking about his basically how he went too far with sometimes if you didn't listen to him, or basically like he took things too far if you pissed them off.
Oh, of course.
Or if he messed them up. But then they were saying like they were all agreeing to that, but then they went to the conclusion that he was a hell of a teammate. Like, he just wanted you to get better.
No, Michael.
Right?
Michael is a black cat. Like he is crazy. But the end.
So can you explain to everybody what a black cat means in your definition? People they have to understand.
But let me explain it. Right now, his teammates are coming on. They're complaining that, oh, Michael was this and that, whatever. He was rude, very inconsiderate, and all that stuff. Yeah, we understand that. But at the end of the day, you're a part of one of the greatest teams in NBA history. You needed a person that's going to push you beyond your edge. If he did not push you, you were not going to be ready when the time mattered. What makes the difference between Michael Jordan and everyone else? Everyone is great. First quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. Michael Jordan knew, practiced, and eventually mastered how to be great within the last 2 minutes of the game.
Bro,
you know how hard that
like,
is? The last 2 minutes of a
insane.
game with pressure, unknown scenarios, and everything. He knew how to master that. He knew how to be calm. Calm, Osama. So therefore, that's a mentality level that you have to reach as well. So if you're not able to see that or understand it, I have to be a black cat. I have to literally take you out of your comfort zone and make you hate me until you understand the situation that you're in.
It just makes me laugh how you say black cat. By the way, guys, just remember to follow us on Instagram.
Yes. What's your personal Instagram?
YouTube. My personal Instagram is Kusa300. What's your Instagram, Mohammed?
My personal Instagram is Mohammed.global.
Yes, also follow us at Waze 2.0. That's our Waze account where you'll be seeing clips of our podcast. Also Spotify, Google Podcast, Breaker, Radio Public Radio, and SoundCloud. Make sure to come follow us in here on podcast. We do upload Monday and Fridays.
Every Monday and Friday, a new episode will be uploaded.
And by the way, guys, if there's a topic you want to hear us, like someone actually messaged me, is like, oh, like you should ask the viewers what they want to hear you guys talk about. If you guys have any topics you want to hear us talk about, feel free to message me, Mohammed, personally, or our Waze account, and we'll definitely put it in our podcast.
Now back to the Last Dance. Yeah, that's the thing. Michael is Michael. Like if he was not on you, you wouldn't have a ring. You'd be like Patrick Ewing. You'd be like Charles Barkley. You'd be like Clyde Drexler. You'd be like Karl Malone.
You'll be like Reggie Miller.
You'd be like everyone else that was great, but they weren't able to get over the hump because of one person. That's the difference.
There's one thing that people don't understand about Michael. Even though he will go down as probably one of the greatest basketball players ever, right?
Yep.
He also, aside from his mentality, bro, like I'm telling you, like the way, like he's probably one of the best shit talkers ever.
Oh yeah.
Like there's stories where actually there's two players, Magic Johnson and Reggie Miller. So one time Magic Johnson, this is a dream team. They were having a practice, right? And then Magic Johnson's not known as a shit talker, right? He's just like a nice guy, good basketball, one of the amazing basketball.
Oh, Magic can talk. He has that smile.
Yeah. But like one time, I'm quoting Magic. He was like, he goes to Jordan. He's like, if you don't turn to Air Jordan, we might have to blow you out. And Jordan heard that.
Oh man, Jordan was done.
Yo, there's one thing. Like you talk about someone's mentality. Like someone like you, if someone's gonna call you up, Mohammed, you are gonna go from 0 to 100 real quick. Ain't no one calling you out at your own craft. Like imagine calling out the best. Like imagine calling if Muhammad Ali was still like in his prime. Imagine someone calling him out in his prime, saying, "I can kick your ass."
People did that, and we know the results.
They got their ass whipped, bro.
We know the results.
But you know what? You know what's one interesting comparison now? Like because people talk about. I want your opinion on this. So we talk about teams that are, I guess, overpowered right now in this like modern NBA era versus then. How would you say they're a little bit similar? Or how would you compare it?
Totally different eras. Right now, the NBA is in that modern era, so therefore it's more open as far as spacing, no hand checking, physical touch is not as prominent as before. And the thing is, just to understand, it wasn't like that only basketball. It was soccer, hockey. Like it was the era of the times. If you go back in time to the 80s and 90s, music was hard. It was hard metal. It was rap. Like it was aggressive. Politics, like the Cold War. Like everything is about the era, from politics to culture to music to sports. It's all the same thing. It all follows the same like flow and patterns. You'll see the DNA in every kind of form and fashion, no matter what era it is, right? So obviously we're in a more, I guess you could say, open era as far as people sharing their values, ideals. And we're more accepting of other people's religion, cultures, norms, genders, and biases, right? So therefore, everything opens up as far as sports. So therefore, it's not as aggressive, and it's not as, I guess you could say, as rude or mean as before.
Because people always talk about the Golden State Warriors with Kevin Durant, when they had Kevin Durant and DeMarcus Cousins, obviously Steph, Clay, and Draymond, versus the Chicago Bulls and how they would match up both in their prime, right? Obviously, there's obviously a lot of mixed reactions. Who do you personally think, both in their prime, is winning that if they had to go 1-on-1 for the championship?
Golden State versus Chicago?
Yeah, well, because they're the Bulls. Like,
hold on, is it with Kevin Durant or without Kevin Durant?
With Kevin Durant.
Okay, that makes it. Now that's the.
Whew. So how about you talk with Kevin Durant, without Kevin Durant? Because obviously with Kevin Durant is like a lethal weapon. We saw what he did to Toronto.
Without Kevin Durant, the Bulls are winning. Easy. I'd say the Bulls will win in like 5 games. 5 or 6. Because the thing is, what we have to understand, people, and put respect on, Michael never went to Game 7 in the NBA Finals.
That is so weird to me, bro. He's never went to the Game 7.
Never went to Game 7.
Finals.
In the Eastern Conference, only twice. So therefore, in the finals, he never went to Game 7. So it shows you this guy will do anything to win. Doesn't matter how bad his body is damaged or whatever. So, okay. So if it's without Kevin Durant, they're winning in 5 games, man. 5 or 6 games. Now, if KD's on that team.
Yeah. KD's on that team.
I think the Bulls will win, but
Game 7 though. It has to be
it
game
has
7.
to be game 6 or 7. It could possibly, yeah, like because Kevin Durant is like who's stopping Kevin Durant? Scotty.
Honestly, it's
But if Scotty is thinking like because you have Clay, Draymond, like that's when I think it's a game 7 with the Kevin Durant.
I think the one thing that puts Michael Jordan over like other players, because he even said himself, he's like, he was a good player, but I was just talking about the accolades and what he hasn't accomplished yet. Because at that point, Magic had one championship, and so has Larry Bird, but he hasn't won. So he was like, I needed to win 3 in a row to be differentiated from those two players.
No, yeah, like and that's the thing. It's all about experience, right? Like you want certain things in life, you can't just grab it. You have to learn from those who've done it before you. You have
Now,
to.
and one thing about Michael's like is a character on his own. Because we're talking about Game 6. What team were they reversing? Was it the Utah Jazz?
You're talking about the '98 season, the last year.
No, I'm talking about. I'm not sure what year I forget, but what year this was. But he was holding the baseball bat and he had the cigar in his mouth, and he was telling everybody that they were gonna win.
B.J.
It's like, yo,
Armstrong. That's when his former teammate won the game against him. Game 1
yes,
of
the
the.
game before, and he got
Oh, that
cheesed.
is the greatest meme of all time. If you want motivation, that 2-minute clip of Michael just being angry that his former teammate balled out in game 1, and he gave Mike because remember Michael said that he just needed something small to take it personal, right?
Yeah,
And something small
BJ
happened,
Armstrong said that.
and yeah, Michael just needed something that's like you not looking at him or saying hi, whatever. So the fact that DJ screamed at the bench, Michael like that's it, that's all I needed. And when you see Michael in the locker room with the baseball bat and cigar, just leaning back, nodding his
I'm looking at
head,
the photo right now.
bro. That is, bro. Every person, if you are trying to become the best person you want to become, save that picture or that small video on
Bro,
your phone.
it seems as though Michael Jordan takes things personally,
Personal,
and he
personal.
uses it as fuel
Yes.
to fuel him up to like destroy your career. Like for example, him and Isaiah Thomas. I don't know. I think he got mad at Isaiah Thomas because of the when they won
To the
the year
day.
after. Till this day,
To this day.
he's still mad,
To
bro.
the
And
day.
obviously,
To the day.
till this day. Anyways, I was gonna say Michael Jordan was because they didn't put him on the dream team, and even Michael Jordan himself, he was like in terms of point guards, Isaiah Thomas is like probably number 2 after Magic Johnson.
Yeah.
And also, I think after the rivalry, the Bad Boy Pistons and the Chicago Bulls, if you go back, you see Michael Jordan after they lost, they went and said like congratulations, but when the Detroit Pistons lost, they walked out on them, right? And then you see Isaiah Thomas like BSing, and then Michael Jordan goes and gets cheesed. Like, go look at the footage, bro. I already showed it to you guys. I'm like, there's actually a big rivalry. Like this, it's been 30 years. After 30 years, you forget what you ate, you forget what you did. This guy still remembers it till this day.
Yeah, I know. Of course, Michael doesn't forget anything. And also, other players don't forget anything as well. That's what makes it funny when you see the testimonies from other players about how they felt during a certain point during a game or the season, or just about how they felt about the other person, right? And obviously, Michael has a level of competition that makes him who he is. Obviously, you want to have something along those lines, but you don't have to have the exact same level. Focus on yourself and just be great at where you are. You shouldn't take
You don't.
everything personal. That's not one thing you should do. You shouldn't take
You,
everything personal.
no. Well, honestly, I just feel like this like just talking about people and how they feel they want to be the best. I just feel Michael
Like I'm
Jordan
not gonna
like
I'm not gonna bet my I'm not gonna spend like $2,000 tossing pennies in my office with my security guard just because I love winning that much.
dude, I'm telling you, like Michael Jordan, like obviously you get fueled different ways, but like this guy, if
Crazy.
you could like, I remember one time actually, even Reggie Miller, he was on Jimmy Kimmel. This is like an old
Oh
interview, like 5 years
yeah,
ago, and Reggie Miller, he's obviously knows the trash talker, right? And someone on his team, I forget his name, but he was going to Reggie Miller. It's like, wow, you're killing Jordan. Now, mind you, this is the first half. Reggie Miller has 12. Michael Jordan has 4. And this is like exhibition games. Usually veterans don't play in exhibition
yep.
games. And to add more context, this is like maybe 3rd or 4th year when Michael Jordan was playing. And Reggie, like when you hype your boys up, you go talk trash. He goes talks to Michael Jordan. And he says some stuff to rile him up, right? And then Michael Jordan, by second half, end of the game, Michael Jordan had 44. And he had 10. Reggie Miller had 10 in the beginning, and he ended off with 12. And then Michael Jordan goes to Reggie Miller and says, "Never talk to Black Jesus that way." But that's
Yeah,
such a line
yeah. He's like,
that
don't
Michael
you don't
Jordan
call
would
me. He's like,
say.
don't call me Michael Jordan. Call me Black Cat or Black Jesus.
Insanity. You know what I wanted to talk about?
Yeah,
Dennis Rodman. Let's talk. I wanted to talk about like Dennis Rodman specifically and Scottie Pippen. Dennis Rodman in terms of we always, you know how we always see players influencing certain players to come in and how much power they have.
yeah.
The power of Dennis Rodman is to tell his coach and his team, "I'm gonna take 2 days off
That was so funny.
and go to Vegas."
We all knew this guy was not going to come back in 2 days.
This guy's not gonna come back, bro. Like you see pictures of him in videos dancing. This guy went to WWE, bro, with the NWO.
We all
This guy's crazy.
knew, man. Dennis Rodman reminds me of someone that we all know and love. Like,
Shout out to him,
he
bro.
would have done the exact same thing. He's like Dennis Rodman, but if he had like money and everything, like
But you know what's insane about Dennis Rodman?
yeah,
Is that he would still go to Vegas and come back and be an amazing player. It's not like his playmaking was like getting worse. This guy would still show up to his games
remember when he came back from Vegas at the practice, and they were joking on him, right? And he's wearing pajamas, and then they decided to do the laps. This guy ended up outrunning everyone. They're trying to catch him.
Bro, he was. You know, people like in terms. He would actually like. I guess in the time being when Scottie Pippen was injured, and now like in the beginning he wasn't like playing as hard, right?
Yeah.
And just to go back to the original point, like I guess like Jordan, like Phil Jackson, like they told him to step up,
Yep.
and he felt as he was needed by Jordan. So in those games where like he was playing, bro, this guy would study how certain players would shoot the ball, where the ball would land, how they would play, and he was definitely one of the best defensive players to go down ever. Like he was so good at rebounding.
Oh no, he's
insane.
arguably the best rebounder of all time, and that's the thing.
He called out Draymond Green. He's like, "Bro, you're not better than me."
Of course, and that's the thing. It's like attention to detail. Know what you're good at and try to master it, because everyone thinks like I need to score so much points. Tennis is like, yo, I'm amazing at rebounds. If I could do that, I can make a career out of myself. You can make a career for yourself in anything.
He's a key reason as to why like the Bulls did good. Aside from his like shenanigans, bro, this guy going to Vegas, guy's going to like with Hulk Hogan in the middle of the ring
during the finals.
During the finals.
During the finals, bro.
Oh, man, that's funny, bro. Could you imagine like
Serge Ibaka?
I'd
be so angry.
Oh, bro, like I'm not sure who on the Raptors that player would be. Maybe Ibaka, who knows? Maybe Marc Gasol. Let's be honest here, Marc Gasol.
Oh, Marc Gasol.
But yeah, it's insane. So they obviously did premiere. They obviously did show Kobe. Rest in peace to Kobe Bryant.
Rest in peace.
They obviously did show Kobe Bryant in episode 5. I think episode 5 or episode 6. I think one. I think both. He made a feature, in how he was talking how Michael Jordan influenced his game.
That was beautiful. And the thing is, that 98 All-Star game is legendary, obviously, because everyone thought that was going to be Jordan's last All-Star game. As an MSG, he loves playing at MSG. And then Kobe is the new phenom on the rise. I've always loved that game, but seeing the behind the footage of the guys in the locker room talking about Kobe was amazing. It's like, if you're a basketball fan, bro, hearing Jordan and the guys talk about Kobe and how much he failed and how, like, naive he was incredible. Like, because obviously everything Jordan was saying was true, but it's like you don't get those behind the scenes, right? So just to be a part of that was amazing.
I remember, because even Kobe Bryant himself said like he wasn't the best shooter. Like he had to legit improve on himself.
Yeah, you have to master.
He had to master his because it's different. It's different. Like obviously we never got to witness Jordan play, but like at least I didn't. So I don't like. But I'm saying, witnessing greatness live and playing against someone live is obviously a lot different. Like just like for Kobe Bryant to see someone on TV and then to watch him and then actually play one-on-one against him, like he's playing against his idol.
Yeah.
And then there's obviously talks about Kobe Bryant versus Michael Jordan, who would win in the game. I always ask like my friends, and they always say Michael Jordan, but it would actually be sick to see like one-on-one.
Oh yeah, it'd be amazing. It's the teacher and the student. But the thing is,
100%.
It's very hard to beat the teacher because he taught you everything, right? So you have to figure out a new way to beat him, right? And Kobe, it was beautiful what he said about Michael. He said, I would not have my 5 rings if it wasn't for this man. He taught me everything I knew, and what I knew, I used it to the best of my ability, and that's who I am, and it's all because of him. And you see that when they play. Like, Kobe is like, I'm not backing down from Michael. I want all this smoke. I'm gonna back him down. I'm gonna make him get this work. And
Again,
Jordan's like, this kid, this little Lakers kid, does he know who he's talking to? But hey, I'm gonna show him though, right? And that's the ultimate. That's how they showed their love and compassion for one another.
well, I remember actually one time we were reacting to a video,
Mm-hmm.
and this is like about Kobe Bryant. He was being interviewed, and just to show you how the Jordan's mentality and Kobe Bryant's mentality is like totally on a different level. And I remember Kobe Bryant was like, "If you want to be in second place, I don't want you on my team. If you want to be in first place, I want you on my team." And that's all from, I guess, learning experience in terms of seeing Jordan win like six.
Of
Like he
course,
won three in a row, and then he obviously won
twice, two three-peats.
two three-peats, which I don't think hasn't been done in a while.
No,
And he was one of the first players to do it. But it obviously, throughout all Jordan's playing career, obviously he had one person by his side, winning those championships, the first three, which was his dad.
yes, yeah,
And his dad was really close. I never, like, honestly, seeing those iconic photos in the documentary,
mm-hmm.
when, and then seeing that was his dad, like, obviously I had no idea who that person was when I was younger, like when I was like
Oh, okay, okay,
watching
yeah,
it.
yeah.
But watching the documentary and see how much his dad meant to him when he won his first one without his dad, bro, I felt so bad for him.
Of course, that's the person you look up to. That's the person you want to impress. And remember, Jordan's like, for him, it was all about getting his dad's attention and love constantly. That's what Jordan wanted. And the fact that his other brother, I believe was Larry, that would always get it before him, it made Jordan go crazy and just go even
Oh
harder.
my god,
And eventually,
yeah.
obviously, as Jordan became Jordan, the relationship obviously became tighter and close. And it made it so sad because he was there for Jordan his whole life. Up until the
Oh
last
my
one, he's
god, yeah.
always there for him. So the fact that it happened in that way was tragic.
His mom, even his mom was saying like how in the beginning, because you're talking about his brother Larry, how she was saying at one point Larry was probably better than Jordan in basketball, right? Because his dad was a little bit hard. Like Jordan's dad was a little bit harder on him because like he was I want to say not as dedicated, but he was like not taking things seriously. And then I guess as you mentioned, to show his dad he wanted his attention, he would work on himself every single day to like be like the center of attention essentially, which he was
Yeah.
like in the NBA. Like if bro, if you have a whole stadium booing you because they know that there's a chance that you're gonna beat their team, that's when you know you made it. Like that's when you know you made it.
That is
They're
hilarious.
booing you. They're booing you.
But the funny thing is, Michael, I think Michael's probably the only person, like, people didn't boo. People were, like, cheering him on because Michael.
I know, but when you have like series like that are like
No, but you're
when
right.
you
Yeah,
have
yeah, yeah.
like I think it was one where they were actually boos for Chicago Bulls because at that point it's just like now how the Golden State Warriors like 5 years in a row
Of course.
they won 3 championships and people were getting they were getting like now they're getting cheese, but now it's become a social norm now in the like the 2000s where 2010 sorry where it's just normal to have a super team like the Lakers. Now you have obviously LeBron James, you have Anthony Davis with the Clippers, you have Kawhi Leonard and Paul George now. Golden State next year they're going to be a better team if they can recruit a first rounder, and there's becoming a lot more. There's becoming more a lot of super teams. But Jordan, the thing is he hated losing.
Hated.
He hated anything called losing. If you did not play good, like for example, like when you like when if like for example like our videographer like our old videographer when he would promise us something and you wouldn't accomplish it. Like we should be going a lot harder for him. If you promise him something and you don't kill it, God help you, bro.
Yeah.
Go run and hide.
Mm-hmm.
Go run and hide. That's his dedication to the game. I don't care if you're a hockey fan, basketball fan, football fan. You have to respect his dedication to the game.
It's true. Practice makes perfect, right? And
Yes,
in
sir.
Jordan's case, people thought he was perfect as far as an NBA player, as far as an NBA story. But in order to become that perfect archetype, you have to go through tragic situations and tragic hardship and tragic sadness and tragic like emotional feelings that only a person on that level could understand. Like people like him,
Well,
Mike Tyson, Michael Jackson, those kind of people, like they
yeah.
got everything, but at the same time they had nothing because they weren't able to really share with everyone because they're isolated for most of their time because they're so famous. So
Mm-hmm.
famous. So it's like, do you really want to be that famous? Is it really worth it?
That, and like also let's talk about Michael Jordan in depth. I'm not sure what series. Do you remember the story with the food poisoning story? How he spoke
Yeah,
about it?
Utah,
Utah
'97.
was against Utah Jazz, right? And I guess it was him and his trainer, is like some people at his house or at the hotel, sorry.
Yep.
And he ordered a pizza, right? And remember, I forget the name. Was it Ahmed Rashad?
Yeah, yeah,
Ahmed
yeah, yeah.
Rashad. I think it was Ahmed Rashad saying, I think he was telling him, he was like, I don't feel good about this pizza, right? Because obviously they're in a city and
No,
like
it's Tim Grover. It's Tim Grover, his trainer.
Tim Grover. All right, yeah. It was his trainer or something. Like, I don't feel good about this pizza, bro. And Michael Jordan ate it on his own, right?
Spat on
Bro,
it.
this guy had I'm not sure what they did to the pizza because they wanted to get him out of the game. Because look, even though you had Karl Malone on that team, you had your old teammate on that team,
Bro, if
and
5 people show up to the hotel to deliver 1 box of pizza, I'm not eating it.
one thought, bro. You know what I thought? What I legit thought when I heard that.
What?
Because like I forgot about the whole flu story, right? It didn't even didn't even go through my mind.
Yeah.
I thought they were like excited to see him, and I'm like, but five people to go hand a pizza.
Doesn't make any sense.
Bro, like not even hell no. Like if I saw that, I'm like, bro, this is like I would like Michael Jordan took an L there. I'm like, you should have just thrown the pizza.
Yeah, there's no way I'm eating the pizza. Just give me some cereal, bro.
Give me some, or go ask someone else to get the pizza for you. Like
Yeah, exactly.
legit,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? I guess in the moment they didn't want to go out, and obviously he got food poisoning. But bro, he played.
He played. I saw Jordan.
Name any player right now that had food. And by the way, food like we all know, like it was always like rumors. Oh, he had the flu. But food poisoning is as bad for someone who has food poisoning.
Yep.
It's legit as bad. Like you cannot eat nothing. All you have to do is like drink Gatorade and like bread because like Gatorade has electrolytes, which is gonna help. But this guy played.
Played. Dominated.
He scored more points than someone probably scores in a normal game while being sick.
That's the dedication and sacrifice that it takes to be a winner. Simple. Nothing less.
Bro, like there is no way he was about to lose that game. He's like, there's no way.
Yeah, in his mind, he's like, there's no way. I'm going to lay it out on the line. I have to. And the thing is, back to the
100%.
teammates thing, I have to be that example. Even when I'm sick and I'm dying on my insides, I still have to go out there and prove to you guys and the whole world that I'm capable of doing what I need to do in order to become that person, the GOAT.
100%. Like you have to talk about
Preach.
how he definitely shaped the Chicago Bulls, whether it's like Steve Kerr, or like Dennis Rodman, or like Scottie Pippen, like even Scottie Pippen himself in the documentary, he said while they were talking about his attitude, how sometimes he can go far. But even Scottie Pippen, word for word verbatim, he said, "We needed that because it pushed us further."
Of course.
Sometimes you need that like devil's advocate kind of person where it's gonna push you to the point of like no return, which he obviously did. Like, bro, like you can't. 3 peats. Had he not been there, that would never have happened.
It's incredible. And that's the thing. Michael, the first 3-peat, he was still a physical specimen and he was learning how to win. By the second 3-peat, I would say his body kind of slowed down because he's getting older. But all the knowledge that he learned from the game, he used that in order to win.
Yeah.
So you see the difference. You see the difference between someone trying to learn how to win and someone who mastered the game. And it's just all about the techniques, movement, timing, and just being at ease. And that's what you want in life. You want to learn something. Obviously, in the beginning, it's going to be tough. You keep going at it. As you start to progress, you become better, you become really effective, smooth, agile. Then eventually you master it. And that's when you're able to see it in the highest of levels, and that's when others will come to you to learn that specific skill. That's why it's very important to never give up. Never give up.
Never give up. And it's like people obviously have their opinions about Michael Jordan, whether it may be negative or it may be positive, and how their interactions are with him. But the one thing you have to credit him for is his hard work. Like when you gotta give someone respect,
work ethic,
you have to give respect. Like his work. I don't care how you feel about him personally. Like there's like a lot of people who. People like in your personal lives you may not like personally, but their work ethic, if it's high enough, you gotta give it respect for that.
Yeah, you got to. And the thing is, if you think you're better, how much rings would you win with your work ethic compared to a person like him?
That's actually a true statement. Very true statement. You know what's so weird to me though, because he because when he was signing, he wanted to obviously sign with Adidas, right?
Yeah.
And at that point, he was not Michael Jordan. Like he was still like early in his career.
Yep.
And I don't know why Adidas does this, but they don't give people creative control. And he really wanted to sign with Adidas. Like he really wanted to sign with Adidas. He even said he said I never had anything to do. I never wanted Nike. I wanted Adidas. Right?
Yep.
Adidas definitely lost billions of dollars for obviously like the risk of like taking on a player like who is this guy? But two, I'm not sure why Adidas, like even other celebrities, whether it may be going down the list, they don't give you creative control. And when he went with Air Jordan, like that is so synonymous with him as a player. You think of Jordan, you think of his shoes.
It's iconic. It's they go together hand in hand, right? Like
Iconic sneakers, bro.
and that's the thing. Jordan's more than a basketball player. He's more than a personality. Talk about a brand. Like if there's a person who knows how to be the personification of their own brand, Michael Jordan is the best version when it comes to that. Air Jordan, the flight logo, the Jumpman logo, it's more. It's more than life.
Jumpman. Yes, sir. Michael Jordan definitely, with his Jordan brand, obviously he owns the Charlotte Hornets, his hometown. And you know what's funny about this guy though, like Michael Jordan? This guy's what I actually kind of believe. He was like, there was a quote. He's like, I could still beat his team, like the team that he owns, the Charlotte Hornets, all the players 1-on-1, which is probably so true because the Charlotte Hornets aren't even that good. And then Miles Bridges says, I'd like to see that happen. I'm like, bro, who are you?
Yeah, you shouldn't say that to a person like Jordan. Like,
Like he's the owner of. I think he can take you on 1-on-1.
it's not even that. It's like his competitive nature got him here. So you either take some of it, adapt it, or just don't say anything at all. Because some people
No, sir.
they can back up what they say. And for him, he's like, you know what? I'm gonna let my actions do the talking. He's like, I'm not gonna talk. I'm gonna let my action do the talking.
But yeah, 100%. You know, like to me, what I found weird because a lot of people probably, I'm not sure if a lot of people don't know, but I could say it's safe to say that some people probably do, if you do know Michael Jordan, you just know him for basketball. You don't know him for baseball,
Yeah,
right? And I didn't know how apparently they were saying in the documentary that for like 1 month he was actually killing it. He did not miss he did not get a strikeout,
yeah.
which was insane. But obviously, I had no like I never knew the exact reason why he wanted to play baseball. It was for his dad because his dad loved the sport of baseball. And he actually played as a kid.
Yeah, and he promised his dad he'd play baseball.
Right, and a year before he actually quit basketball, I forgot who he was talking to, but he was like because obviously you could obviously tell that he was like mentally he wasn't there no more. He was just like giving up, and he told I forget the person's name, but I think it was like I think it was episode 4,
Like a
episode
reporter,
3.
someone.
Yeah, the reporter, some reporter because Jordan told him, "Yeah, I'm going to play baseball next year," which was shocking because you thought that's it. Like Jordan's done from basketball, he's not going to come back.
Yeah, of course. But yeah, it's like a reporter, someone like that. And yeah, hard work beats talent. We talked about this in our power episode, and I think
I was
I think when it comes to pain, suffering, hard work, determination, pleasure, fun, all the emotions. You take all the emotions in the world, jumble up in a pot, cook it, fry it up, give people to eat. Not a lot of people are gonna eat it. No one wants that. It's too much to handle. But if you want
so.
to be great, hey man, grab some barbecue
Let me ask
sauce.
you something. Selfishly, as a basketball fan, would you have rather Jordan just not play baseball at all and continue to play basketball throughout his whole career?
Never, because I understand something called happiness.
Yeah.
You got to do what makes you happy. You don't do something because you have to do it. Because if I'm like Jordan, if I was Jordan's best friend, like Jordan, played 2 more years. Okay, he played the 2 years. But if he lost 94, 95, and he still won the three-peat, knowing Jordan, he would never forgive me for the rest of his life. He'd probably be, if the last dance came, I'd be like, he's the reason why. He'd be like, I'm the reason why we didn't win in 94, 95. Jordan would be like, I should play baseball, but my friend told me to play. And guess what? The whole world's like, you're a dumbass. You should have told Jordan not to play and stuff, right? But for me, happiness is always important because self-help, principle number one, if you're not happy in what you're doing, don't do it. If you keep doing it, you'll become depressed. you'll fall into a hole you can't get yourself out of.
So what would so overall the documentary, like, obviously it's actually in, I think it was the most talked about documentary
Yep.
in terms of sports. What would you rate it out of 10? Like for you, like did you feel like it was everything you asked for and more?
I'll get 100 easy.
Yeah, I would give it 100 as well.
I've waited like over 2 years for this documentary, and the thing is,
Bro,
people know I love documentaries. Like I watch documentaries as much as I watch anything else. So
how much did he get paid for his documentary?
Jordan,
Yeah.
well, he owns everything, right? Like he owns a lot of
Well, he
it.
owns,
So
but he definitely. I wonder how much he got paid. Like how much, like I mean, revenue he made in terms of
so for me,
the.
being a documentary lover, this was beautiful, especially the perspective going back and forth in time. I love that so much.
Did you hear what like Scottie Pippen had to say after the documentary was over?
Yeah,
I saw it on Instagram. Did you hear it or no?
yeah.
He was basically. I want to talk about this because, like, obviously, he felt a little bit salty in terms of how he was portrayed.
This is how Scottie Pippen sounded out. I think Scottie Pippen was saying, I think Joel was. I think I didn't like my portrayal in the movie. I just think she was everything was not true. John's an asshole. Yeah. Scotty. Of course, Scotty has every right to feel like that, right? Like, once again, Jordan. Like all the moments, including Scotty, you make Scotty look like a villain, and when you showed yourself, you look like you're an angel. And certain things, obviously, like, bro, if that's once again, it's like if that's your boy, before the documentary comes out, let him see it so he can agree with, or disagree with certain parts.
Well, like I could tell you one thing. If we were ever to make, like, down the road, like hopefully, inshallah, down the road, if we ever make a documentary about ways and, like, in terms of that standpoint,
Yeah.
if that ever were to happen, then obviously, like, people who were part, or like, you would obviously tell them, hey, this is what we're going to be talking about, and let them know. But Michael Jordan, this is a Michael Jordan response. He responds, if you don't like it, go make your own documentary.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, people know that Way started with 3 people, right? And obviously, if
Yeah.
we made a documentary and we just included,
You have to ask the third
you have
person.
to ask the other person. If we included everything that happened and not consult the other person, that's not right. That's rude.
Well,
like,
the thing is,
it's like, who would do that? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
see, I understand why Michael doesn't care, because obviously it's mainly about him. But if we were ever to do a Waze documentary, and obviously we have bare footage, like, sitting around, and obviously, like, on our phones when we take like Snapchat and stuff like that. But obviously, if you're ever gonna talk about what really happened,
Like, that
what
person,
led to, like,
yeah, that person
things.
deserves the respect, right? Because they are part of it also. So therefore, it's like,
And the other person's our boy.
Yeah.
Like, that friendship would never go away, regardless of, like, how things turned out.
like
But what I wanted to say was, because obviously, like, because we were talking about earlier the similarities between Kobe Bryant and this is how you know how salty he was in Michael Jordan.
yeah.
In the past, he said that Michael Jordan's a better player, and then he goes and says, I saw it on Instagram. He was like, yeah, Kobe Bryant's a better player. And he says some other stuff. I started laughing, bro. All the saltiness.
Oh yeah. But obviously, there's things like between them that they have to fix. Obviously, certain things that we don't know about.
Well, there's obviously a lot of things that are hidden.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that are hidden, and I think there might be another season of The Last Dance based on how successful it was. They said they might make more episodes. So I'd love if they made more episodes.
Well, I think definitely maybe an aftermath, like talking about an aftermath that would happen after the Chicago Bulls, or even talking about certain, because I guarantee there's still stuff that wasn't said due to, because obviously it was like
There's a lot,
in the beginning,
a lot.
Yeah, complications between Jay Krause and Phil Jackson, because before they were friends, and then obviously a lot of things came to play. There's a lot to talk about in terms of the whole retrospective at the Chicago Bulls, and obviously if they were to drop it, I'll be there to watch it.
I think with The Last Dance, since we already got like Jordan's life until '98, just continue from '98 until the present. That's it. Just keep going. Talk about him coming.
100%.
Just talk about him coming back, playing with the Wizards, then retiring again, and his life and everything since then.
Jordan said he made a big mistake signing with the Wizards.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, everyone has their own like perspective about it, but why not just make another season? We're all gonna watch it. We're not going anywhere. We're all home, so it only makes sense.
If I guarantee you, if they are gonna do it, Jordan's a smart guy. Like, he's going to. There's definitely in the talks about doing one, but it's more so about timing and like building the hype. Because right now there's obviously rumors of like, hey, this might come out, talking about the present time to what he's doing now. And I guarantee, and like obviously, like showing his Hall of Fame speech, bro. His Hall of Fame. Speaking about his Hall of Fame speech,
Petty.
the most petty thing. Where I'm like, come on, bro.
This guy's not.
Such a,
He wasn't talking
this
about anything as to why, like, what made him great. He was talking about everyone that like pissed him off.
like he was like Jerry Krause says that the team wins championships. He's like, no, the players win champ. Like, bro, this guy is like roasting everybody. Everyone's looking. He's like, this is not becoming awkward, bro.
That's Michael, man. Well, that's Michael.
That is Michael for you.
That is Michael.
Oh man. Hey, well, you know what, bro? It was here's my question actually. Like, I guess I have one final question for you. I'm not sure like if you have the answer to it, Mohammed Al Hassan.
I'll try my best.
But, all right, brother. Who do you think from our era of basketball will be talked about? Because obviously right now Michael Jordan's talked about. So who do you think will make history now?
LeBron.
Who do you think is gonna be that? LeBron?
Of course, LeBron, easy. Yeah.
For me, honestly, I feel like Zion, if he's healthy.
It's LeBron right now. Right now, it's LeBron.
Well, right now LeBron, but I'm like for me, I could definitely see Zion Williamson if he puts his like if he puts in the work, he could definitely be one of the best players the NBA has ever seen.
That's the thing. No one's touching LeBron right now. Obviously, LeBron has like who knows 5 years, and the thing is, by the time he's done, he has the chance to be number 1 in scoring, top 3 in assists, top 5 in rebounding. Like,
well, he does go down as the greatest passer of all time.
So he goes down as the greatest all around player for sure. But the point is,
the youngest.
What makes the difference between LeBron being number 2, 3, 4, and 5 on your spot as far as your GOAT list, as opposed to number 1 with Michael, is how many rings he can win by the time he's done playing.
Honestly,
he has to win rings. He has to win rings.
I've said this. He signed a 4-year contract with LA. He has 2 years left?
Yes.
I can only see him really winning max 2 rings.
Well, he has to win it.
Max.
He has to win it.
Because also right now you have like teams like the Clippers, Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. And I guess we both agree that they're actually a better matchup than AD and LeBron. And also they have better, like I think this in terms of the Clippers, they have a little bit more.
If LeBron could get to 5 rings, then people could actually have that debate with Michael. You just need 5.
It's because he went to 9 championships, like only won 3.
And that's the thing. It's like you lost too many times. Jordan never lost, bro. He never went to Game 7, bro. He didn't go to Game 7. It's like, what are we talking about?
And Kobe Bryant won 5.
LeBron depends on Game 7s. So it's like Jordan never went to Game 7. So it's like, bro, what are we talking about, bro?
See, Kobe Bryant could have been. There you go. Like, because at the end of the day, it's all about rings. Like Kobe Bryant went to 8.
And he has 5.
Finals, he has 5. How did he win all 8?
So how can you pass Kobe? You can't pass Kobe on the list.
And exactly. Like if he needs to win, I'm telling you, like legit, if he has 5 years for him, the people say he's better than Jordan. He has to win.
Bro, he has to win this year. If the NBA comes back in July, which I think they're going to come back, he has to win this year.
Bro, I hope sports comes back because just talking about earlier, I don't care about this quarantine thing. I can get over it. It's just like having sports would probably kill my time more if I'm doing nothing.
Of course. LeBron, they have to win this year, man. He needs those rings. He needs the rings.
Listen, man, Raptors should win this year, even though like our chances are slim to enter the finals, but
yeah, Raptors all day for sure.
Raptors. Well, who do you think? So Clippers. Let's end it off like this: Clippers or Lakers?
Clippers. I'd love to see. I'd love
well.
to see LeBron, but the Clippers are a better team.
Honestly, like if Kawhi even has a better record than LeBron, if you think about it in terms of championships.
No, yeah. So it's like I'd love to see that. And the Clippers, they have more dogs on their team, and they have more guys who are just like
yeah, Patrick Beverly, Lou Williams,
Ryder guys, man.
Lou Williams, bro. You know Lou Williams was an average player in the Raptors, and this guy gets better joining the Clippers. I'm like, what the?
No,
hell?
Lou's nice on the Raptors.
I know, but like I'm telling you, bro, this is how I see it with all Toronto teams. Once a player leaves Toronto, they generally get better. Like for example, the Leafs, they had Phil Kessel.
Oh yeah.
He went to Pittsburgh and won 2 championships. I'm like back to back. I'm like, what the hell?
It's like a Toronto curse.
It's definitely a Toronto curse. There was a Drake curse, but who knows if that was real or not.
Oh, with the sports?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's funny.
Anyways, my brother. Guys, wow, we spoke for an hour.
1 hour.
Holy. And there's probably definitely more to talk about The Last Dance, but I think we hit every single point.
Yep.
Yes, sir. So, guys, that ends off episode 2. Mo Mohammed, when will this drop?
Every episode will be coming out Monday and Friday. I repeat, Monday and Friday, you can expect a new episode of What Are You Saying with myself and Osama.
And guys, if you do want to be guests on our show and there's a topic you'd like to talk about, remember to message us on Waste 2.0 or personally on our accounts, Kusa300 and Mohammed.global.
Yep.
Because we'd love to have you on. We'd love to hear your experience, your views on certain points. And yeah.
And thank you so much for watching today's episode. We had a good time chatting. Next episode, you guys want to like. The episode after that, you guys want to like it as well. We're trying to get better. We're trying to do big things. So please like, comment, share, and subscribe to all the platforms we're sharing our episodes.
What are the platforms, Mohammed?
We have Spotify. We have SoundCloud. We have YouTube. We have Breaker. We have Radio Platform. And we have Anchor. We have so much different platforms. Google Podcasts coming soon. Apple Podcasts coming soon. We want to make sure you guys are able to listen to us every day of the week. So therefore, tune in, share, let people know that we are coming out consistently. Trust me, I know we're saying that, but we mean it. We made it this time. We're trying to be consistent.
We made it this time. We know, honestly, bro, we made it. Like we're not gonna apologize for what we are. It kind of makes it easier now because we're both at comfortability at our homes.
Yeah. And
we're killing it. And what's funny is my mom thought that we were actually together. Like she thought we were actually together in the same place. I'm like, no, just like one device, like on an app that makes it seem like we're actually together in one place.
Oh yeah. We're not together right now, people. We're actually just like we're at our homes right now, obviously because of the virus.
I'm glad the audio is good.
I hope so. When it does playback, I hope so, man.
Well, usually with your earphones, you were able to tell because you cut out maybe once or twice last episode, but this episode
it sounds good. And my phone hasn't turned off, the iPhone 6, so Google, you gotta step your game up, man. My phone was trying to turn off when I was recording with the Pixel.
Bro, I sent a post to you on I can't say the group chat.
Oh no, yeah, you can't say it. You can't say the name. You can't say the name. And the thing is, Anchor, I can record Anchor on the laptop as well, right?
Yes, you can record on the laptop as well, but because I sent it through Messenger. So
okay, then that means from now on, I'm gonna use my brother's mic then.
I bet, and I was because then you could also have your laptop if you want to research stuff.
Yeah,
but I was gonna say, apparently there's some guys giving out free AirPods, his own AirPods, and you're only paying for shipping. By the way, this is not a promotion, just so everybody can hear. This is not a promotion. It's like I saw this on like TikTok, and yeah, so you should check it out.
And yeah, once again, to end it off, thank you so much for watching. Me and Osama very, very, very humbly appreciated. New episodes coming Monday and Friday. Tune in, subscribe, like, comment. Peace.
Peace out, Mohammed. Peace out.